Okay, guys, so today we're rebuilding the Boston Celtics, Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Gordon Hayward. But today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently because Carson Edwards just went out there and hit 8 threes in a single quarter. We're actually going to build around him. We juiced up his three-point shot a little bit. This should be kind of fun. Kemba Walker's probably going to be out the door. We're looking to build around Tatum and Carson Edwards. So I'm going to look for some trades, especially for Kemba Walker, and I'll see you guys then. We're going to start with this trade for Jaylen Brown. The Timberwolves are willing to give us Jarrett Culver. I don't want to pay Jaylen Brown. Makes sense to me. The Bucks are willing to give me Chris Middleton for Gordon Hayward in a first. I'm definitely doing this. For Kemba Walker, we ended up sending him along with Daniel Tice to bring in Malcolm Brogdon and TJ Warren. So looking at the rotation as it stands right now, they have Malcolm Brogdon there, but we're bumping up Carson Edwards all the way down here at the bench spot. We're bumping him up. Wanamaker, you're losing all your minutes. But Carson Edwards, I'm putting him in the starting role. We're building around him. Swap minutes. Marcus Smart at the 2. We're just got Brogdon as our 6th man, along with Culver and everybody. TJ Warren, you're just going to lose some minutes, sadly. Poirier, you're out of here. Lose some there. Give them to Brogdon. And then let's juice up Carson Edwards minutes. And Tatum's at the power forward spot. We definitely have some holes in this roster that need to be addressed, but this is what we're rocking with right now. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So at the end of the season, we end up finishing with a 39-43 record, good enough to be the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference, matching up against the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round. We don't really stand a chance. I would be surprised if we make it out of this. Right now, we're down 3-0. We end up winning one game. Maybe we get that 3-0 comeback. It's 3-2. Can we do it? No, we lose in 6 games. I'll see you guys at the NBA draft. So we ended up getting the 16th, 19th, and 27th pick. I'm either going to try to trade up or trade these away, and I'll let you guys know what I do. So I actually like this deal to bring in Miles Turner and Jeremy Lamb. We're giving up the 16th, 19th, and we're giving up Chris Middleton, but we're really shaving off a lot of money from Chris Middleton's contract. Going to Miles Turner, that could be our center of the future. Jeremy Lamb will probably be out the door sooner rather than later, but for now, I'm doing this. So surprisingly, the Memphis Grizzlies are willing to give us the 4th overall pick in exchange for Jeremy Lamb and TJ Warren. I'm going to go ahead and do that and make a selection at number 4. So with Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, and LaMelo Ball off the board at number 4, I looked around for trades, and we can bring in Ben Simmons for the 4th overall pick and Malcolm Brogdon. Plus, they're giving us a 2021 first. We are going to definitely go ahead and do this. I'll see you guys in free agency. So when looking for trades to free up Marcus Smart's contract, we ended up getting this offer from the Golden State Warriors to bring in D'Angelo Russell. We're definitely jumping on this. Did not expect an offer like this. I was just trying to free up the money to try and bring in Anthony Davis. It's going to be a weird fit with Carson Edwards and him in our backcourt, but there's no way we're declining this. We now don't have much money because we're adding money. So we're just going to have to look at like minimum contracts because obviously we're like $25 million away from even being able to offer something on Anthony Davis. So looking at our holes at the point guard spot, this is really a power forward in Ben Simmons. And then D'Angelo Russell is probably going to play the 2. So we have Jarrett Culver and D'Lo at the 2. We're going to need a backup point guard. And we're probably going to need a backup center as it looks, or power forward. But I'll just make those small moves, and I'll see you guys at the start of the season. So at the start of the season, this is what our rotation is looking like. In our backcourt, we've got Carson Edwards and D'Angelo Russell. Then we have Jason Tatum at the 3, Ben Simmons at the 4, Miles Turner at the 5, with Jarrett Culver, Damian Jones, Grant Williams, and Romeo Langford off our bench. I'm liking this for now. Let's see what we can do in season number 2. So in the middle of the season, I decided to make a big change. As we are a Brad Stevens-led team, I wanted to get some more defense. So I traded away D'Angelo Russell along with 2 first-round picks to bring in Rudy Gobert. That does make things a little bit interesting now. We're obviously bumping Ben Simmons down to the 4. Miles Turner, you're getting replaced with Carson Edwards because I really wanted to have Culver in the starting lineup. I wanted, Edwards to be the guy. And then Turner, we can trade. I don't know if we'll trade him immediately. I might look around. But I think this is somewhat of the rotation we're going to rock for season number 2. Edwards, Culver, Tatum, Ben Simmons, and Rudy Gobert. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Real quick, I found a trade for Miles Turner. We're just going to go ahead and get a 6th man in Buddy Hield. At the end of the season, the only award winner we had was Jarrett Culver, who ended up winning Most Improved, getting 18 points, 4 assists, shooting 42% from the field and only 32% from 3. Not great efficiency, but checking out all NBA first teams. Let's go to All NBA first. We see any Celtics. We see Ben Simmons crack All NBA second team, All Defensive team. Do we have Rudy Gobert anywhere? Yeah, he cracks All Defensive second. Looking at our player stats, we ended up having Ben Simmons lead us in scoring at 26.5 a game to go along with 9 rebounds and 9 assists, shooting 68% from the field. Jason Tatum, he ended up getting 22 points, 5.6 rebounds on pretty great efficiency. Then we had Jarrett Culver at 18. Carson Edwards, the guy we're trying to build around, still only now a 79 overall, but he is doing good as far as scoring the ball, shooting 45% from the field and 43% from 3. He's there to shoot the threes. Jesus, Jarrett Culver is only shooting 32% from 3, but taking over 8 a game. What is going on with him? But right now, we enter the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We finished with 62 wins, simulating the current round against the Atlanta Hawks. Let's see what we can do. I expect us to go right into the NBA Finals. Pretty sick that we're already a 62-win team in just season #2. But right now, we're tied 2 games apiece. The Atlanta Hawks, we're down 3-2. We might lose in the first round. And yes, we do. We lose to the 8th seeded Atlanta Hawks. What is going on? I'll see you guys in free agency. I don't know if we're going to have really any money, but we'll see what we can do. So in free agency, we only had the opportunity to, re-sign Jason Tatum and bring back Rudy Gobert. We got both those done. So we're still looking really good going into next season. I'll see if I'm doing any trades, but I'll probably just see you guys at the start of season #3. At the start of the season, I decided to upgrade our shooting guard spot because why the hell not? We know giving rid of a bunch of second-round picks, a first-round pick in Buddy Hield, to bring in Bradley Beal. So looking at our rotation as it stands right now, no, Ben Simmons, you're not there. Our starting point guard is none other than Carson Edwards. We're looking at Carson Edwards, Bradley Beal, Jason Tatum, Ben Simmons, and Rudy Gobert, with Jarrett Culver, Grant Williams, and Damian Jones. Oh, and Ersan Ilyasova off our bench. I might look for just a little bit better of a bench spot aside from Culver, and then we'll start the season. So for some reason, Jonathan Isaac didn't get a contract in the offseason. I'm going to go ahead and offer him a deal. He happily accepts that, and we've got a bench now. Let's rebuild this rotation, and then again, fix this. Grant Williams, come off the bench. Carson Edwards pops in here. We take a lot of minutes away from you. We bring him all over to Carson Edwards, so he's getting like 26 minutes. Take a little bit away from Culver, a little bit away from y'all, a little bit away from y'all, a little bit away from y'all. Yeah, so we're all getting right around that 35 mark, and then we'll give the remaining to Culver. So we're looking at Carson Edwards, Beal, Tatum, Simmons, Gobert, Culver, Isaac, Grant Williams, and Damian Jones. Looking at our system proficiency, defense is only a 3-star, balance is a 4-star, grit and grind 3.5. We'll just go ahead and do balanced, and I'll see you guys at the end of our final season. At the end of the season, we had Ben Simmons take home MVP, getting 22 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 9.5 assists a game. We saw Cade Cunningham Rookie of the Year, 6th Man of the Year. We also had in Jarrett Culver, who got 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting 46% from the field and 38% from 3. Kawhi took home Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved went to Cam Reddish, and our coach Brad Stevens won Coach of the Year as we went on a record of 70-12. Pretty insane. That's the best record I've had in a rebuild so far. Seeing the All-NBA teams, Ben Simmons obviously All-NBA first. Any other teams here? Let's go to All-NBA second. Do we see any Celtics? Any Celtics on All-NBA third. Defensive team, we don't see Rudy Gobert here, but we do see him on All-NBA second. Obviously, we're the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're definitely the heavy favorite to, take home the title. We're 15 games above the next team in the East, and then we're like 12 games ahead of the next team in the West. Seeing our player stats, we were probably led in scoring. No, we weren't. Bradley Beal led us in scoring at 23 points. He also got 5 assists, shooting 51% from the field and 43% from 3. That was a great pickup. Jason Tatum's now a 93 overall, giving us 22 points a game. Ben Simmons at 22, Jarrett Culver at 17, and now Carson Edwards as an 83 overall. He's getting us 13.6 assists, but hopefully he's knocking down those threes. Yes, he is at a 44% stripe, taking almost 6 attempts a game. And then we got Rudy Gobert giving us 2.6 blocks to go along with 15.6 rebounds. This roster is looking really nice. And off the bench, we just got some solid rotational players and Grant Williams, Jonathan Isaac, and Damian Jones. Excited to see this run we go on in the first round. Let's see how far we can make without losing a single game. We actually lose the very first game of the NBA playoffs. If we lose in the first round to the Detroit Pistons, That would just be very, very sad. We're tied 2 games apiece. We're up 3-2. Let's not go to a game 7. Yes, we are. We lost. We won 70 games and we lost to the Detroit Pistons, the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference, and then they end up losing. Oh no, they might win this. They come back from a 3-1 lead, but then they lose to the Chicago Bulls in the semifinals. And then the Cleveland Cavaliers are now up 3-1, 4-1. They're going to the NBA Finals where they're matching up against the Houston Rockets. They're down 2-1. They're tied at 2 games apiece. They're up 3-2, and the Cleveland Cavaliers win the championship as Anthony Edwards, as an 86 overall, averages 32 points a game. Let's see a couple things. The Cavaliers, this roster right here, Darius Garland, Anthony Edwards, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, Joe Harris, that won the NBA championship, but we were knocked out by the Detroit Pistons. What do they have? Andre Drummond, LaMarcus Aldridge, Alex Lynn, JJ Redick, and Bruno Fernando beat us. We won 70 games. We have a roster of Ben Simmons as a 93. We have 393 overalls and Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, and Rudy Gobert to go along with a 90 overall Bradley Beal, 86 overall Jarrett Culver, 83 overall Edwards, 82 overall Isaac, and then some other solid bench players. That's a little ridiculous. You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below. If you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And peace.